Once upon a time, in the heart of a sun-dappled jungle, lived a happy family of zebras. Among them was a spirited young zebra named Ziggy, known for his vibrant energy and insatiable curiosity. But most of all, Ziggy was famous for his love of zooming, which he did everywhere and all the time. He'd zoom through tall grass, over fallen logs, and past surprise butterflies, always eager to see what lay beyond the next bend. One day, while zooming near the edge of the jungle, Ziggy stumbled upon an old, wise turtle sunning himself on a rock. "Excuse me," said Ziggy, unable to resist the urge to zoom right up to the turtle. "I'm sorry, but could you please move? You're blocking my path." "Well, well, if it isn't little Ziggy," said the turtle with a knowing smile. "What brings you to this part of the jungle?" "I'm on my way to see the amazing rainbow tree," Ziggy replied proudly. "You know, the one they say is hidden deep in the jungle. Its leaves are said to shimmer with all the colors of the rainbow after a good rain." "Ah, so you want to see the rainbow tree," the turtle mused. "That's quite a quest for a young zebra like you. Are you sure you won't need any help along the way?" "I don't need any help," Ziggy said dismissively. "I can do it all by myself." And with that, he dashed off, eager to reach the magnificent tree before anyone else. As Ziggy continued deeper into the jungle, he noticed something peculiar. Every time he stopped, the tall trees and thick foliage seemed to close in around him, making it harder and harder for him to find his way out. Startled, Ziggy started to panic. "I can't find my way back," he cried. "Oh dear, it looks like you could use some help," a gentle voice said. Startled, Ziggy turned around to see a beautiful bluebird perched on a nearby branch. "I'm Bella," said the bird with a warm smile, "and I couldn't help but notice you seem a bit lost." "I'm Ziggy," he replied, feeling embarrassed, "and I was on my way to see the rainbow tree, but now I can't find my way back." Bella tilted her head, considering this. "Well, I happen to know a thing or two about this jungle, and I'd love to help you find that tree. In return, would you mind helping me blow these bubbles to their destination?" Ziggy, overjoyed to have found a friend, readily agreed. And so, Ziggy and Bella set off together, and Bella showed Ziggy how to blow bubbles to help them navigate the dense jungle. With each bubble that reached its destination, the trees parted just enough for them to pass through, creating a magical path for them to follow. Soon, the sound of rushing water reached their ears, and as they followed the melody, they arrived at a clearing. Before them stood a magnificent waterfall, its waters shimmering with all the colors of the rainbow. "Wow!" breathed Ziggy, his eyes wide with wonder. "This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen." Then from behind the cascading water, a playful voice called out, "Welcome to my home." Ziggy and Bella turned to see a small monkey with big, curious eyes peering at them from above. "I'm Max," said the monkey with a sleepy smile, "and this is my cozy cave. We're on our way to see the rainbow tree," Ziggy told him, "and we heard there might be a shortcut through the waterfall." "Oh, yes," Max said, yawning widely. "I know a secret passage that will take you right to the tree. But first, would you mind helping me collect some juicy bananas? It's hard to gather them all with my tail." Of course, Ziggy and Bella were happy to help, and soon they had gathered a bunch of ripe bananas for Max. In return, he led them to a hidden path behind the waterfall that wound its way through the trees. As they walked, the sounds of the jungle grew fainter, replaced by the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. Soon, the trees began to thin, revealing a small clearing bathed in golden sunlight, and in the center stood the most magnificent tree either of them had ever seen. Its leaves sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow, shimmering like 1,000 tiny mirrors. "We made it," whispered Ziggy, awestruck by the beauty of the tree. Just then, a voice rang out, Welcome to my home. Startled, Ziggy and his friends turned to see a friendly face smiling at them. I'm Lila, she said warmly, and this is my home. We're on our way to see the legendary rainbow tree, Ziggy replied, still a little nervous. And we couldn't help but notice your beautiful dancing. Lila blushed at the compliment. Why, thank you, she said. I simply can't help but dance whenever the music moves me. Well, the music is lovely, said Bella, but we're afraid we must be going. We still have a long way to go. Oh, I understand, said Lila, her smile never fading. But if you'll excuse me for just a moment. And with that, she disappeared around a nearby rock. Curious, Ziggy, Bella, and Max decided to follow her, only to find Lila practicing her dance routine. It's beautiful, Bella said softly. But we really should be going. Lila, hearing this, gracefully approached them. Thank you for your kind words, she said. But if you're in a hurry, I won't keep you any longer. May I walk with you for a bit? Overjoyed to have made such a lovely friend, Ziggy and his companions happily spent some time dancing and playing before reluctantly saying goodbye. As they continued on, the three friends realized they were missing something. They looked back and saw that Lila had been following them, her eyes shining with determination. I'm sorry to be a bother, she said, but would you mind waiting a moment? And with that, she dashed off, disappearing from sight in an instant. A moment later, she reappeared, this time carrying a large, colorful leaf. Here you go, she said with a smile. It's a leaf from the rainbow tree. I hope you like it. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Ziggy and his friends thanked her profusely before continuing on their journey. Now, after walking for a while, Ziggy and his companions began to feel hungry and thirsty. Just then, they came across a small stream and decided to take a break. I wish we had some snacks, Ziggy said with a sigh. Suddenly, Lila appeared beside them, holding a woven basket filled with fresh fruit. Here you go, she said. I made these delicious fruits for you. Oh, thank you, Lila, Bella said, her eyes sparkling with gratitude. You're the best friend a bird could ask for. Max nodded in agreement, munching on a banana. You're a true gem, Lila, he said. We're so lucky to have you as our friend. Feeling loved and appreciated, Lila blushed, her heart filled with warmth. After their picnic, Lila took her friends on a shortcut back to the waterfall. It's not as far now, is it? She asked with a wink. And as if on cue, the sound of rushing water reached their ears. Soon they were standing once again before the majestic waterfall, marveling at its beauty. What a magical place, whispered Ziggy, awestruck. At that moment, Ziggy knew he wasn't just chasing a tree. He was making lifelong friends. And as they continued their journey together, he couldn't help but feel that the real treasure wasn't the rainbow tree, but the wonderful friends he had found along the way. Because no matter where they went or what adventures they had, they would always have each other. So Ziggy and his friends continued their journey through the jungle, forever bonded by their shared adventure and the promise of many more to come. They learned that the true meaning of friendship wasn't just about reaching a destination, but about the fun they had along the way. And as they raced, zoomed, and danced through the lush green undergrowth, they knew that their friendship was the most precious treasure of all.